Welcome back!
It's working.
To another...
Cause baby, you're a firework.
I kissed a girl and I liked it.
So did I. Well, no, I haven't done
Hey,
that
that's
one.
we have that in common.
We both like to kiss girls.
Women.
Women. Holy cow.
Shit! I say. Nowadays, you just can't say things.
And I mean women. just to clarify even more.
Like the drag queen said, biological women.
Biological.
I'm a
baby,
biological
you're a firework.
Fuck Katy Perry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Welcome back.
To episode number...
Oh, I don't...
300! No.
I was like, wait. Yeah, so, happy Friday. We're recording on Friday.
It's gonna be May.
It is, that's right, it's May 1st.
May
May the 1st be with you. Oh, that's in a couple days.
Just don't jiggle the table. Well, just because the USB connection's been weird.
Oh, okay. Let me not put my arm
That's
on the
why
table
for
then.
the static, people are gonna be like, "Why you have
Yeah.
so much static? Oh my god!"
Apologies. Well, I think we fixed it.
I think maybe.
Yeah?
Sorry.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah?
I spend so much money to listen to your podcast, and it's static.
Really? Where's the money? Are you getting the money?
No, none of us are.
Well,
getting
shit. I was like, can I get a little bit?
Oh my god.
Can you buy me a burger? Shit.
You want a burger?
You want a burger? Or you want a hot dog?
Go to our OnlyFans.
Want a burger? Or a hot dog? Let me shake my titties.
Is a hot dog a
No.
burger?
Oh.
Is a hot dog a burger? That's a good question. Alright, y'all.
Okay, so what do we got?
We have some very, very interesting pop culture news. I don't want to say gossip, but some people might say this is gossip or conspiracy
Some
theory.
of mine will be conspiracy when I get into mine.
And
but
to me,
yes.
it's all real.
Dun dun dun.
Only because I don't know if you've heard. Or does it matter who we're going to start off with?
No, do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm going to start off with Katy Perry because she's been the freshest of the fresh right now. And what's funny is everything happens in Australia. So what is it with Katy Perry in Australia? Are there landlines? Is there like a portal there?
Does
Is it
she
like
just think it won't get
Devil's
to
Advocate?
it won't get to the American consumer?
Right, they were even talking about that. Like
Is there different laws
or like-
there?
that she does whatever she wants in Australia that's illegal and then flies to America and then they won't come and get her.
Just
and
like what we're
charge
going
her?
to talk about with Russel Brand. So yes.
Yeah, a lot of... I know, what is wrong with these
Which
people?
those two were married, so that's why we're doing this.
Yes.
So what about Miss Katy Perry, Miss American Idol judge herself?
God, there's so much. What can I say?
Just there to indoctrinate the next round of celebrities.
Yeah, so...
This gospel singer herself.
Is she a gospel
She
singer?
started as a gospel singer.
She did, and now she's crazy, guys.
I think her dad was like promoting her like her agent or something. Like she was like wholesome.
She was. She looked totally different.
And then came Hollywood.
Hollywood, the entertainment industry. Alright, so currently as of April 2026, Katy Perry is under investigation by Australian police regarding sexual assault.
To whom?
I'm getting there.
Okay, sorry.
Allegations made by actress Ruby Rose claiming a 2010 incident in Australia.
Wait. 2010?
Yeah, that's
Holy
how long it's
crap!
been.
I didn't realize it was that long.
Literally, Ruby Rose was like, I've been holding on to this for 2 decades. And I was like, I know, a lot of people were like, ah.
Well, that's when she kind of got her little boost.
So here's the thing with Ruby Rose. Okay? Ruby Rose. It's so bad. All this stuff with sexual allegations or like sexual abuse, assault, rape, all that stuff. It's very, to me, this is like a very serious topic. It's very sensitive and it's very hard to gauge who is telling the truth and who is lying. I know it's one and the same, but honestly, Ruby Rose has had several allegations amongst many different networks, people. So this is the newest one with Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose in the past has said about the CW when she was in Batwoman. She said like all those producer executives were like horrible. The work environment was bad, and I think there was a quote that she said, "I was basically raped." If you weren't raped, let's not say that, okay?
Yeah.
Because that's serious. That's a serious act of crime.
And why would you not? Again, why would you not escalate if you were basically raped by your bosses?
Yes.
Why would you just let that go to continue to do a CW show?
Right.
Because you could get a shit ton more money through lawsuits than you can from whatever paycheck the CW is giving you.
Right, and she was in a lot of films. She was in John Wick.
John Wick, yeah.
She did Pitch Perfect.
She really ruined John Wick, yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Gosh, that trying to be deaf thing is just...
Hey, sign language is really hard to learn. You telling me she didn't even do it that well?
Sorry, that was
Brian. Oh my god.
No,
okay, anyways, let me get past that.
I've never been a fan.
Yeah, you know what? The only time I ever saw her was when she came out in a music video. And she basically had the long hair. So I'm gonna assume that in 2010 she was like the long hair girly girl. I mean, she's still feminine, but she has short hair. Short, like, and it like buzzed on one side or whatever. It's just short hair. Tomboyish, whatever. Doesn't matter. But the whole point is that in 2010, her and Katy Perry were at a club or bar. And supposedly the story of Ruby Rose, her side is, she was laying on her friend's lap. They were all drunk. And she woke up to, I'm going to just say it. I don't care if YouTube censors this. Katy Perry literally had her crotch rubbing against her face.
Wow.
And I'm talking about slide the underwear over, and it's the actual labia.
Whoa, very technical.
Yeah, I didn't want to say the other words.
Okay, yeah, you don't want to say that.
It's more biological,
Yeah, biological.
This is for educational purposes.
Yes.
Educational.
So the labia, as you see, is the part...
we get the graph out. Pull the projector down.
Here's the mythical clitoris.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So anyways, she did that. Ruby Rose woke up and she claimed that she vomited on her. First of all, that's disgusting. I don't know. I mean, I know men do shit like that, like teabagging, but like as a woman,
not really. It doesn't happen.
I'm just saying, like you hear men, oh yeah, teabag, whatever. But as a woman too, like why would you do that, right? So she's saying that was obscene, disgusting. She vomited, and that little bar club is no longer open. So I don't know how they're not really gonna get any video.
I was gonna say, are they really gonna hold on to the tapes from 2010?
Yeah, and so supposedly Ruby Rose says that she went. I mean, she said she went and filed a report. I guess the statute of limitations is different in Australia. This is a serious crime, and that supposedly she has photos of the incident. And
what you do? Wake up, look up, and say, "Hey, girl."
Well, no, I'm sure someone took photos, but they tried to, talk to the guy that used to own the bar, and he's like, I don't remember seeing that. But then they said, like, they were in a VIP room. And I'm sorry, but if you're stars, celebrities, and you go somewhere, shit goes down.
Yeah.
Okay, look at P. Diddy, look at all the rappers that do crazy shit in the VIP rooms. That owner or bar of the bar, he's not going to be like, oh yeah, this happened. You know how much shit he's probably seen or heard, and you think he's going to open his mouth and ruin the business? But at the same time, people, like a detective was brought onto the law and crime channel, and he was like, well, what does the guy have to lose? I mean, he doesn't own that bar anymore. It's closed down. And I'm like, his life?
Yeah.
Because
that's true.
Because Ruby Rose literally tweeted or on Thread said that she's not suicidal. So if something happens to her, you know who it was. And I was like, damn!
Because of cross-rubbing?
Well, because it's Katy Perry.
I know, but that's not like something that's... Well, the thing I think about
she's opening her mouth and she's accused so many people.
Yeah, that's true. I think, because, if it's overnight and they're like partying like that, one thing I could think of is, I mean, does Katy Perry like, do they go with security details or have a handler with her when she's out at these clubs? Because if so, then she could have been like to the bar owner, like, hey dude, I know you just think you saw that, but
yeah,
here's, a little shh, and just don't speak of it again.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't think the bar owner got paid off in some way if he knows or saw anything? I don't think they had security.
Yes, you could have got 34 payments.
Because
sorry,
he was saying that it was such a disaster because they came in and like Katy Perry was like dancing with people and they didn't have security and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, this just sounds all like a mess, a fucking mess, right?
Yeah.
And then Ruby Rose said that she had met Katy Perry, she didn't really like her, but she helped her get her visa, and I was like, there it is. Yeah. That's why she didn't speak up sooner, because Katy Perry helped her get her visa.
Yeah.
To get more work, all that stuff.
Come over here and do, yeah.
So you kind of, a lot in the celebrity world, sometimes, I hate to say it like this, because it shouldn't be like this, but again, people do things to become famous, and then they regret it later in life, and then they're like, I was assaulted, I was raped, and it's like, horrible that these things happen, but I'm always like, why did you wait? Because they want that fame so bad. It
happened with all the Cosby stuff and the Weinstein stuff. It's like,
yeah.
All the accusations came decade later, and a lot of times it came as the stardom or the appeal of the person that was accusing was fading from the public spotlight.
Yeah.
And it's like, now that I'm not as relevant, and now that I'm not getting the stuff, or now that I'm 10 years older, or now that they're saying moved on to the new girl,
right?
Now, well, he assaulted me.
I know,
and even just start, and it's hard because, like I said, if it's real, it's not good. It's bad.
Yeah.
She should be held accountable. But if it's not, and it's a revenge accusation, then how do then how are we to know? Mm-hmm. But when you look into Katy Perry,
yes,
and you see the way she is, it starts to say, both sides, because like Ruby Rose accused a lot of people, but then again, she was an up-and-comer. Did she get abused a lot while she was the next new thing? Because that's what they do.
Yeah.
And then Katy Perry's already there, and, with all the stuff that, from gospel singer to satanic symbolism in her videos.
Oh,
yeah. Which one is right? And I'm leaning toward, I bet you Katy probably,
Oh, you want to hear the rest?
Yeah, okay.
Because
then
I want to get your opinion if you think Katy Perry did these things allegedly.
Okay.
So immediately Katy Perry's representative was like, this is false. This is false, and it's dangerous to accuse someone of this based off of lies. And I'm like, okay. There was a model in Katy Perry's song. You remember that song, Teenage Dream?
Yeah.
Well, the music video was there was a 2019 allegation that Perry exposed the model, Josh Kloss, the one that she's like kissing and like is the main guy in the music video. Supposedly, she exposed his genitals to others at a party in 2012, when I guess that video was recorded, or when he was the main character in that music video. Supposedly like she pulled his pants down and like exposed his genitals and said, "Look at that."
Oh.
That schlong. And
look at that D.
Yeah, and I was just like, this girl is crazy.
Yeah.
She's, and so he accused her of sexual misconduct, and then a Georgia TV host reportedly accused her of harassment. And speaking of American Idol, she was a mess on that show.
Yeah.
There was a young man who played guitar and sang, and he said like he'd never kissed a girl or anything, and she goes, I have, and she's like, come here. Do you remember that clip where she kisses him against his will?
I think it's where he's like, oh.
Yeah, like he went, like she went to give him a hug or something, and then ended up kissing him on the lips instead of the cheek. And he was like, he brushed it off, he's like, it's okay, but she stole his first kiss.
Yeah.
So, that's problematic, and there have been stories or like things in her concerts where has said like, oh, thank God this person is 18, or she's actually kissed a teenager.
Seen those where like she's like, oh, you're only like 16, or
yeah,
like 14,
it's kind of gross.
And she'll giggle at it, yeah.
Yeah, and then she'll like do weird shit. And Kendrick, we talked about in the past episode just how she was at a award show and things got weird. Well, I guess Anna Kendrick was just there, and Katy Perry came over, and these are the words from Anna Kendrick when she was on a late night show. Katy Perry finger banged her cleavage. And I was like, again, as a woman and as someone who's gay, I don't have these urges to do this kind of stuff. So it kind of like weirded me out. I was like, what?
That's wild.
Yeah, and I was just like, dude, like this. Katy Perry is very handsy. And Justin Bieber, there's videos of Justin Bieber where she meets him, she hugs him, and she's got her hand on his ass.
Yeah.
And she's like looking at the camera, she's like, oh my god, you know, and like that boy has been passed around and so much shit with that. But one thing I want to mention before we finish with Katy Perry, and I want to hear Brian's opinion if he thinks she did these things that has allegations of this conduct. Justin Trudeau, right? Isn't she pregnant with his baby, supposedly?
Allegedly.
This man has recently been investigated or accused of... I didn't get into too much detail because I was kind of grossed out. They found underage material on his phone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know about that?
I think that's kind of why he was stepped down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, and he is acting a fool with Katy Perry.
Because it was boys, not girls.
Oh, it was with boys? I just heard child, and I was like, I'm done.
That's why when this came out, they were like, wait a second.
Ugh.
So it's like either he's trying to force his image back this way, or something's going on.
That's really gross. Anyways, yeah, I thought that's disgusting, and I in my head I'm like, they're all like this.
Yeah.
They all want kids. They all do gross sexual stuff to anyone and everyone, no matter what age, what gender, and I'm just like, this is the industry, politics, entertainment, and I'm like, this is what you gotta do.
We just had 3.5 million files dropped with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, it was like, here you guys go. Yes, we're evil. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, no one.
What are you gonna do? Not buy my music? Not stream my songs? What are you gonna do? So yeah, it's.
I have become that where I can't listen to any Katy Perry songs. Like I think it's disgusting.
Really,
as soon as I saw the symbolism come in, I was like, I'm done with her.
Never really liked her music anyway, but yeah, I wouldn't. She's like in the Taylor Swift category. It's like great, you can sing, but nothing you do is for me to connect with.
Well, she did have some good songs where I was like, okay, I like the beat, but then you listen to the lyrics, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, I'm satanic. It's when we started watching Out of Shadows, and I was like, fuck this.
And they showed her in that,
Yeah.
They used her as an example.
And that's right. They did use her as an example.
That's where I first saw it, because they were
Cardi
showing,
B, Kanye West, and I was just like, god damn.
Because they showed how they all go from nice, wholesome, up-and-coming people with nice voices.
Yes.
And then the entertainment industry gets a hold of them, change them, the satanic rituals, symbolism starts, and then once they get older, then they get them to have children so that they can have access to their children.
Yeah, she has a child already.
Well, that's why I think Justin Trudeau thing, and the thing I thought about is theirs, because something on Justin's side where it's like because of his fall and how he was connected to.
Yeah.
It's like almost like penance. Like, you're going to have this child. If it's a boy, guess what? We are going to use and abuse the hell out of it, and you're going to end up having a trans kid watch.
Yeah, or
worse.
Do other stuff. And
because I'm thinking it's the lavender marriage and it's really someone else's baby, but why would Katy Perry need to have another child? She already has them for them to manipulate and use against her.
Because they want more and more.
That's another thing, is you can use the celebrities' children as leverage to keep them quiet and to keep them doing what needs to be done so they can keep making money for the music mafia to cash in, and they don't give any of the artists, and they just give the artists parties, drugs, and orgies, and then they just go crazy.
Which, that's pretty much what the music industry is.
That's all it is. It's one big mafia. Yeah.
R. Kelly showed us that.
That's why I do believe these things, because she just has that, because of where she's at and what she's been through, she has that mentality, I am above all of you.
Yes.
So I wanted to just do this to you. Humiliation thing, and it's like, because
that's right. That's
I am better than you, I am bigger than you.
And I will help you get your visa.
And I want to rub myself all over you, to rub my scent on you, to mark you as you belong to me. And, all this other stuff with the guy in the video, it's like, he is my puppet, he's my slave. Look at this, ha ha. And it's just a sad sickness that is our, like you said, our entertainment industry, but we continue to just idolize them nonstop. We will not stop. Like, that's why it gets me crazy with, like, the protests and the boycotts should be
For that?
For this type of stuff, not stupid King's crap on the street, but, or, don't buy anything on May 1st or whatever like that. Some day was supposed to be some sort of boycott day to stick it to the president. But it's like, I know, because they want America to fail. I know, because then if America and the economy fails, they have someone to blame. But I know, it doesn't make...
I know, I'm
none
just
of it
like
ever
surprised.
Meanwhile, the people who fund these protests are multimillionaires manipulating the public, but that's a whole different story. So yeah, I do believe that, and like that's why I said we should think about Russel Brand, because they were connected, and he was. I know you got a lot more than me, because I was just like timelining him. It's like, okay, so he was a comedian, a stand-up comedian, and then he did some talk show, and then he met her, and then forgetting Sarah Marshall, which catapulted him, get him to the Greek, which then put him up there, which is where they had their connect. He met Katy on that because she had a cameo, and then they were almost like put together, and that's when her symbolism, and that's when her path changed.
Yeah.
And that's when his path, because he was admittedly womanizer, drugs.
Yeah.
And he did a lot of crap.
Wasn't he considered a sex addict too? In his comedy shows, he would say that, I think. That
yes,
he was
because now that he has kind of reformed himself and he's more on the conservative platform, which is why he's constantly having these accusations coming, because they want to silence, because he talked a lot about food, big pharma, COVID.
Yeah.
He was on all these, very smart, had a lot of information. He has access to all these people.
Yeah.
So he has access to stuff you and I don't have. And so, the only thing that disturbed me about the whole thing, because, he's a celebrity, so he's a woman, okay, he had sex with women.
He was a rock star.
He did rock star. He brought Katy Perry, I think helped bring her down in a way, because they were both pretty much indoctrinated in that.
He literally humiliated her, too.
Yeah, he did, but the only thing that I did, because he just came out saying that when he was 30, he hooked up with a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Now, it was in the UK, which is legal, but it's still 16.
Yeah.
And he's 30, and it's like, but he's being open and forthcoming about it. And that's the thing, as you can see, that's why he's breaking, as much as he was just wild and crazy and probably abused and probably did assault and harass a lot of women along the way. Probably did do a lot of things without their consent along the way. Probably did have drugs or roofies involved along the way. So I don't, and those are things I think about. It's like, I like what he says, but I can't fully support necessarily.
There it is.
Because I understand you can be apologetic and repentant and feel bad for what you did, but you were still there. You still sold your soul. Yes. You still took the ride. You still took the money. You still took the fame. You still took where a lot of people would be. I think that's why you don't see a lot of people, like in the acting where you always, it's always a joke like back then, it's the same actors and everything that comes out. Whether it's the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, now. But I think it's because there's a lot of people that because I knew someone who wanted to get into modeling. Mm-hmm. And she went to, I always say that, she went to a party at Jerry Bruckheimer's house and was asked to, she never would say what, you could tell it was really traumatized. She's like, I was asked to do some things and see some things and go to a back room that I did not want to, and I got my stuff and I left.
Good for her.
And I never went back to, she went to bartend. She never went, and and then she became a life coach and did all this good stuff. But she, and an actress that was in her, that she knew that was friends with, stayed at that party, and then she had 15 minutes of fame. She was in Deep Impact, Bad Boys. Really? She did a lot of good stuff. She had a little run. And then she got a little older, and now she, then phased out, and then it was the next wave. And we always think it's just the next wave because they want the young and up and coming out. No, the old one gets used up.
Yes.
And then breaks down psychologically and becomes a mess. Yes. Like Katy or Russell, who broke down, and like another one I know we're going to talk about here, who went, broke down and crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like I believe all the things and accusations that we talk about.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I also know that there's so much manipulation and power play going on with these people to where I think a lot of times they don't even have the ability to say no, even if they wanted to. Yeah. Because they are going to be Kanye, where if remember with, even though it's Candace, and she's so weird to even believe how he kept saying, he's basically MK Ultra'd, if you will. Yes. He kept getting they kept grabbing him and putting him in a psych hold, shooting him full of that cocktail, and then he'd go crazy with all of his lyrics and everything, and then everything would come back down. He'd be normal again.
It's
like they'd shut him up temporarily.
We all know once you're in, and you're never coming out unless you die. because
either you're committed or you're dead. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's one you're gonna cover and there's been death. So it's so the one thing I do. I'm glad you said it because I sometimes I sometimes wonder why this stuff gets brought up or exposed, and I do think a lot of it is like we've always said. They always show you what they're doing right in front of your face, but I also think this is to confuse your moral values and like to confuse you in idolizing who
and to see how far what will let go.
Exactly. Yeah. Because with the Russel Brand thing, 30-year-old dating a 16-year-old, and the common phrasing or sentence they use is, it was the age of consent where I was. It was the age of consent. And someone brought up a good point in another podcast that I was watching, that the age of consent is meant for someone who's, like, the girl was 16, and what if she wanted to have a relationship with an 18-year-old boy? There's that's what the age of consent's for, not for a 30-fucking-year-old and a 16-year-old. Yeah. I mean, that's basically father-daughter, right?
And again, it's the, quote, rock star.
Yeah. And the question this podcaster asked was, what do you see in a 16-year-old girl? Now, in today's world, a 16-year-old girl sometimes looks like a 30-year-old woman. I hate to say it like that, but a lot of times there are high schoolers that you're like, wow, I thought they were college girls. And that's sad. But it still doesn't make it right. So I do hesitate in support. I do agree. He's forthcoming. He has said before, based off the first accusation that he has to go to trial for with something different, is he will take full responsibility of everything he did. He said that he was out of control, he was a drug addict, and it's not like excuses, but at the same time, when you do things like this, you have consequences. Yeah. So you have to accept it. And there's been because I was watching researching Katy Perry, Russel Brand did get brought up, and you're right. It's like they met, and then all this stuff was happening. And then they like part ways, and then Katy Perry went one way and started going ballistic. I even think they accused her of being like Miley Cyrus. And one video that I saw where she actually was like grabbing Shawn Mendes' butt while he was doing an interview with like Access Hollywood or whatever entertainment news. You could see her in the back acting like Miley Cyrus, like winking and like being obscene, doing gestures with her tongue, and I'm like, what is this? You know, like, this is the timeline of, okay, we get you to date these people, because Miley Cyrus was like that too. Remember, she went a little crazy? Yeah. And she dated someone, and then they broke up.
After Liam Hemsworth, where she was kind of normal, and then she got away. And then when she went away, she went batshit.
Yeah, when she stopped the Hannah Montana stuff, she went crazy. But that is one accusation that Katy Perry has had too, is like she was trying to be like Miley Cyrus because she got the short blonde hair. Miley Cyrus did that. Anyways, besides that, you start looking at these patterns and you're like, oh my god, this is crazy. And then with Russel Brand, it's just like Kanye. You start being vocal about all the horrible things that happen behind the scene. They're out to get you, the food, the big pharma, the government, all this stuff. But then it's like you will never be able to be out of that club of all the horrible things you did until you're dead.
Well, he's he's trying, because I know it's like he's married now. He's with someone. He's got daughters. He's got a family. Yeah. And I think he finally got away from it. And
but they're still getting him.
Yeah, they are. Well, it's hard when I watch him and I look at him. It's like, because again, obviously they're coming after him to silence him, because he's taken up the conservative side of everything.
And he's a man of God, supposedly.
And now, I mean, which religion can change people. And it's hard because, like I said, when it comes to the 16-year-old, it's like, well, what could he have in common? It's like, it's not about having something in common. It's about taking the innocence of the young girl. It's about having power over someone that young. And it's also just the fetish of the forbidden fruit, the unspoiled, untouched person. So these things all factor in as a guy, thinking more from a guy's point of view, which again is just, it's not right, it's just reality. But I also think that a belief in God or religion can, that's why I said, if he's truly repentant and he's truly given himself to a God or whatever religion he is, then yes, he deserves whatever consequences on earth for breaking those laws that we have. But he also, we do always talk in life about giving people a chance for redemption.
I was going to say redemption, yeah.
And if he wants to redeem himself by facing up to, he hasn't been hiding from him. I mean, remember the first accusation, he came forward and said what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's been very open because, again, he was lost. And it's kind of, to hear someone that was trapped underwater in that, and drowning and sinking, to then be able to lift himself up and then speak on what goes on. Anybody who can get out of that industry and speak on it, whether it's him, Zach Levi has been talking about it a lot. He didn't go through anything like that, but he talked about some of the horrors and things that went on, because he did a lot of mainstream stuff with Chuck. I love Chuck, but and Kevin Sorbo, who played Tarzan, and there's people that have been there, done that, and then but not as bad as Russell, because he did a lot of unsavory things, but. And again, the Katy Perry thing was interesting as far as that was their fork in the road. That was their taking off point for insanity. But I'm kind of glad he's at least saying, hey, I mean, I got to take responsibility. But in the meantime, he's going to use his voice to speak out against all the evils and horrors. I don't think he's spoken out directly against the Hollywood machine.
No.
But
Big Pharma, yes.
Big Pharma and food. And COVID. And stuff like that. He's been very, very big on that, which is good because, like I said, he has access to things we don't, being a celebrity. So, I think Katy Perry just needs
Jesus.
She needs to go back to being that. Yeah, I don't know. I think she's with Justin Trudeau now. As soon as he's heard that she was with him, that's like she's just gone.
Yeah, because I was just gonna say we're on the same wavelength. Gone.
She just because he's definitely, like I said, he stepped down from prime minister because of all these allegations. And why you would want to be involved with someone like that is just and with all the gay references and allegations, and that sounds like my kind of guy. It's like,
well, maybe she's hiding her gayness too.
Well, possibly, and then the powers that be, the pub masters say, you two, we're going to put you two together.
Yeah.
Look at this great heterosexual couple. So she would never abuse Ruby Rose because, look, she's got a husband.
Yeah, and same with Justin Trudeau. It doesn't mean he's fully gay. He could like both. But, I mean, obviously he's disgusting because of what
it's underage.
Yeah, he likes. But you could tell a mile away he's gay. But that's besides the point. It's just these horrible actions and accusations. It's like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to believe it. I'm going to believe it. With everything we've been exposed to with the Epstein files and what we've been saying since 2020 when COVID hit, we were seeing the documentaries, all that stuff.
Shit, now you have an actual indictment coming down from the FBI for Fauci's, I think, his assistant or second in command, where they're indicting him because of his lying about where it leaked from, the gain of function, everything. So everything that we've known about when it comes to this is, again, we're just, conspiracy theorists are just 4 or 5 years ahead of the news cycle.
Oh yeah.
So that I'm the same way. When Ruby Rose says Katy Perry did it, I'm like, well, yeah, she probably did.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's gonna stop her. Yeah. And it's Australia. All she has to basically do is just not do a tour in Australia again and just keep living her life.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're not going to send her there. They're not going to extradite her to Australia.
Someone did say on the Law and Crime channel that Australia could show up in the United States to get her.
Well,
or
they
question her. But they need the
permission.
Proof.
Well, they need permission.
Well, yeah, but I honestly, I don't even look at that because nothing's going to happen. I'm sorry. No. Nothing's going to happen to these people. You said indictment, nothing's going to fucking happen. This is all a show.
Well, the Fauci one, possibly, but you're right.
Really? You think Fauci
Fauci, but the guy is it's not him. Fauci will never be held accountable. I don't think he's in this country.
Look at all the people they brought. I don't know. That's just my thinking. We ain't never gonna see justice for this shit.
We had a whole file dump and nothing happened.
When we do see justice, it's gonna be some poor innocent scientist. Which, by the way, did you hear another scientist passed away?
All these scientists are dying, and there's earthquakes all over Area 51. And it's like, holy cow! But we're talking about pop culture.
But anyways. Yes.
We will have another episode about that.
We will continue with this pop culture because the other one that's been in the news, not so much now, but in the past couple of weeks was Britney Spears. And you guys already know, if you've been following us for a while, you already know I have my theories on Britney Spears. And Where do I even begin? It's not that much with Britney Spears. She just got a DUI. She was arrested. The whole me like listening and like looking at videos and researching, it kind of sounds like someone called it in.
Okay.
Like someone didn't actually like police didn't catch her driving erratically like they did because someone tipped them.
Oh.
So I'm wondering what was the point of it. I mean, obviously what she was doing was dangerous. Like you shouldn't be doing
Almost
that.
like she got out and got in the car and got on the road and somebody
Someone's
called
like,
saying,
hey,
"Hey,
yeah,
Brittany's on the road and she's drunk."
yeah. So they did sobriety tests and she was just like, not. It wasn't good. So and they were like making shit up and TMZ's got it all right. They have the truth.
Of course.
Fucking TMZ. Anyways, I don't even know why they exist. It's because people believe their shit. And
well,
they're horrible.
they're a mouthpiece for that industry.
But they're horrible. Yeah. They're like not
they
for the victims at all.
Ultimate spin control machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they serve a purpose.
So anyways, Britney Spears got arrested for DUI. Supposedly she went into rehab. And then they start bringing up the history of Britney Spears. And then that to me is just like a huge red flag. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is happening because they want to put her in a conservatorship again. Or this because she recently sold her catalog for $200 million.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So when you sell your music, what happens?
Well,
you end up dead. You end up with sexual assault of minors accusations. You end up in rehab. Or...
Well, who did she sell it to? That's what I'm curious about.
I don't fucking care. The big elite? Who knows? I want to say Sony?
Sony would make sense. They own everything.
I know, because they went after Michael, right? Was it? Yeah, Sony. They went after Justin. Anyways, she sold her catalog for $200 million. That girl deserves more, based off of this conservatorship she had with her family, that she was forced into, and all the horrendous things that she's gone through, that poor woman, or clone. And my thing is, though, they brought up how, like, her past marriages, and I'm like, okay, we are really trying to make this girl look really bad. Her actions were bad, yes. She should be arrested, DUI, but then they're getting into, like, well, she goes to Mexico, and she likes to go there a lot, and she has Adderall, and Mexican Adderall is laced with fentanyl, so we need to figure out if she's a drug addict or an alcoholic. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, she's just fucked up.
Yeah.
And you guys don't leave her alone, and then you have the news reaching out to Kevin Federline, her ex-husband, reaching out to Sam, who was her last ex-husband, and that man, he's like, I applaud him. I never liked him, because I always thought he was her handler.
Okay.
And when I saw him in a recent news interview, he looked so thin. I don't know if he was on roids and he was like beefy. Now he looks like a thin, anorexic man. And he has long hair, and his main focus is the war in Iran. And he's like, that's all I'm talking about. And he said this, which I was like, bravo. This is like one of the best things you've ever said. And it helps Britney. Well, the news, the mainstream media, the news always likes to bring up stuff and put her down. Like, he didn't say it exactly like that, but basically that's what he was saying. He's like, my main focus is the war in Iran. He's like, so I don't have anything to say but that. And I was like, bravo, because that is what it is.
Yeah.
These people get brought up, especially Britney, constantly being brought up to just put her down or make people go, oh yeah, she needs to be in a conservatorship, or like, she's crazy, like this and that. And like, it just keeps going back and forth, when the girl just, I guess in the real world, or Delulu, she needs help. But in reality, they just need to stop giving her drugs. They stop giving her stop MK Ultraing her. Like, they need to contain her and let her live. But I do have theories where I think she is contained and this is just someone else, or there's so many fucking theories. But the girl has been through a lot. And I'm not surprised with the way she's behaving. Kind of like with Kanye, She went a little crazy. He went crazy, she went crazy. So
Justin went crazy, Miley went crazy, Amanda Bynes went crazy.
Yeah.
It's like they all just...
And you're like, in a way you feel bad, you're like, man, this is why they're acting like that. But at the same time, you're like,
And you would think, and you start to think why, because it's like, why are the most revered and successful people constantly going crazy?
because all the shit they go through.
I know, and so it's like, and that's what I'm saying is they make it sound like it's stuff she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
When I wonder what would happen if she was just took her little family and lived in the mountains of Montana or something like that, away from the world, away from everything, and just disappeared from society.
Mm-hmm.
How would she be fine? I mean,
they won't let her. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because she'd go to Mexico, paparazzi. She'd get drunk, paparazzi. Like, the girl just wants to live her fucking life and post.
15 years old, that's all she's been.
Post online with her fucking dancing and all the, let her do what she wants to fucking do, but she can't because she's constantly under a microscope. And to top it off, that's what I forgot to say. The reason I think this happened where she got arrested with a DUI is she probably spiraled because Kevin Federline came out with a book talking shit about her. And I'm like, Kevin Federline's a piece of shit. Because the only reason he got with her was to get money. He ruined her life. She idolized him as a husband. I mean, there were stories when they got married. You know that her wedding gown was like in a glass case above the headboard of the bed.
Oh, wow.
So, like, that's how much she loved this man, and he just fucking ruined her. And for what? Just money. And so now that he doesn't have child support because the kids are of age, and he's always turned the kids against her, now because he doesn't have money coming in, he's going to write a book.
Write a book to make to supplement that money.
Yeah, so of course she's like popping pills, drinking, because she's like spiraling.
And then shame on us as a society for buying that book and caring about their personal life.
I want to say his book sales were not doing well, which I'm glad, because I don't really fucking care.
None of us should care.
Yeah, and when she wrote a book, it was a lot, and she had to remove a lot because they wouldn't let her publish it. And I'm like, this is stupid. Let her publish it. Probably because it has info.
They can't. They can't.
So anyways, I just think, and this is what someone said, and I was like, you're right. Why do they treat her story like this, and yet the Justin Timberlake was not treated like this? Like, they are so on it with Britney Spears. Yes, they did bring up Justin Timberlake, but it was, like, very mild compared to how they're treating this Britney Spears one. They're not saying Justin Timberlake's on drugs, he's did alcohol, they're just saying, like...
Possibly clone too and all this stuff. Yeah.
Huh?
Possibly be clone too.
Yeah, but that's the only thing with Britney. I really would like to quote the Chris Cunningham, just leave her alone! Leave Britney alone! Because honestly, that's really what needs to happen.
Well, what needs to happen with that is the we is, like I said, society need to leave her alone. They're not going to.
Yeah.
So if we stop giving interest, they'll stop needing her.
Yeah.
I mean, and somebody needs to get her phone away from her so she doesn't post it. She doesn't need to post these things. I know you said she can, let her post what she wants, but she doesn't need to.
She doesn't. She does not.
She needs to just unplug and be away from the public eye.
Yeah.
But this is where our American culture is just so bad because we are so obsessive and such gluttons for celebrity gossip or info that we won't leave them alone. So, like, Britney gets a DUI and it's like a mad chatter online.
Yes.
And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Well, what is it? There's DUIs every day. I mean, there's DUI probably going on right now.
Right.
Is it where you're going to get any news coverage or find out? No, but because she did videos and did concerts.
Yeah.
But if we were to let these, like I said, we talk about them and them and them and them and them, but if we were to dial back our obsession, live our own lives, worry about ourselves, and when we see these people in distress, just be like, let's just not pay attention, let's just back off.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the girl needs space, but we can't do that.
No, not Britney.
Well, not anybody. Not anybody that's a quote. So that's why I hate the term celebrity, because what makes them more important of a person in the grand scheme of life than anyone else? Why? Because they sang catchy tunes, which were probably written for them, and they just danced and performed. They were a circus monkey, so that makes them more important. How? Why? It's like it doesn't make any sense to me.
Well,
I mean, I like hearing when I look through stuff, my stuff. I'm looking to see what projects they're doing, what movies
Right,
they're going to be in,
yeah.
what new stuff. But it's like I don't need to know what they're doing from day to day in their private life.
Yeah, no.
I don't really care if they went to Food City and bought an orange instead of an apple.
Right.
I don't care if they didn't buy organic or something.
Yeah.
I don't care. Even if DUIs, it's like, dang, they should be more responsible, and then you move on with your life.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like people to be held accountable, like the Tiger Woods, like he should be held accountable, but again, slap on the wrist, he could go to rehab out of the country.
Look who he's friends with.
Yeah. Yeah. So
or who he's dating.
Yeah, so that's the only thing with Britney, and kind of like you were saying, I was brushing it off. I'm like, oh, Britney got a DUI. I hope she gets the help that she needs.
We just wonder if that's Britney. That's what we keep
saying.
Yeah,
that's what when I say I hope she gets the help that she needs, and I'm like, a clone.
The first thing I think of, like I said, with that is, did she escape from wherever, like get away from her handler?
Right. And it's not funny, but yeah.
And they're like, hey, she got a DUI, and then the cops picked her up, like the ones that are on the payroll that have her GPS information on their screen, and then they pull her over. The right cops get to her. I mean, I've seen too many handler movies. I've seen the Ray Donovan shows and stuff like that, where it's like, they're protected. How it is. They're protected. Yeah,
they're movies, but that's really how it is. Yeah. They're telling us this.
They're telling us that these people get special, and they have special cops that take care of them.
Yes.
Because they won't file the reports, they won't put the correct information in, and then they will leak stuff to the TMZs who are there for spend control to push the narrative that needs to be pushed, because they've been doing that, since TMZ was created.
Yeah, I just you said exactly what it is with everyone we're talking about today is the special treatment. Yeah. Because who did you research besides Russel Brand?
Well, I did a little refresher with Ellen. Just because the funniest thing I saw when I searched her, because I was like wanting the timeline again, because again, here's this fresh faced young comedian, very funny girl, gets she was the first openly gay lead character, even though her character wasn't gay in the Ellen show, but
no, she was
she was funny, and we loved her, and did these game shows and had a talk show, but then something, again, once she got that level of fame, here comes the erotic behavior. Here comes the abusive behavior. Here comes the cameras in their green room and bathrooms, like with Selena Gomez. Here comes the things with Twitch. Here comes the set looking like Epstein Island. Here comes the pizza party talk with Jennifer Aniston. And all
Jeffrey Epstein was there with the pizza party.
Was there
at the awards.
But then I saw, because I talked about the Kuru disease, how she's falling apart, looking like she's like her face is literally falling off.
Really?
They say that she's maybe kind of going blind, but then I see an article says Ellen DeGeneres losing her sight and going crazy, debunked. And I was like, who debunked it? Where's the debunking? Because an article says she's not? Because her publicist? So why is she not in America? Why did she flee the country like Rosie O'Donnell and Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Why did these people, like George Clooney, leave the country for a while? Why do these people keep leaving the country? But it was from, and then again the allegations with her, and again these are allegations with the NH thing. Yeah. How she ruined that woman. That woman was going to be a star.
She blacklisted her.
And then tried to kill her. We all saw the video for getting up, and then the allegations are that they ended up then killing her and eating her. That she was one of the cannibalistic diets and then the Stanley Kubrick allegations. Because the Eyes Wide Shut thing and how it pissed off people, that she partook in that ritualistic eating of him when he died, and that she was the #1 cannibal in Hollywood. Yeah. She was providing them, doing the rituals, hosting them, and this is why she's so messed up, and this is why now that she's not on it, not doing it because the spotlight's on her. And that would explain her abusive behavior, that would explain her entitlement behavior, that would explain how she treated everybody. No, she was the top of that cannibal cabal, if you will.
Yeah.
She was at that top of that pyramid.
Yeah. And she got an award from Obama.
Yeah. She got the Medal of Freedom Award.
Yeah.
With Oprah and Bill Gates.
Yeah.
And all of the fun people and all the people and Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Who used to post pictures of a single kid's shoe in the park in New York City.
Yeah.
But Ellen was like if you will, the queen of this ring, and it's like, how do you go from, just having a cool sitcom and being a household name to being a leader of cannibal? It's just.
Anne Heche said it in an interview because she wanted money and power.
It's just power.
She wanted money and power.
And even when she got with Portia, her latest, I don't know if they're still married, she was, I remember watching her, I think she was on Boston Legal, she was on a couple of these shows. Ally McBeal. She was like doing well. We were like, oh, this is a nice fresh face, cool actress. And then Ellen got her claws into her, and then her looks changed, her demeanor changed. She's like robotic, the little sidekick now. And it's like she is a demon. She is a manipulator of everyone around her. She is pure evil.
She is very, like you said it, but her first girlfriend that was, do you know that she had a girlfriend when she was just like a server in Louisiana? She had a girlfriend that got into a car accident, and they were like questioning the accident.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
And that was like, that's considered the first kill that Ellen was a part of.
So what?
Not saying that Ellen killed her, but it's just by coincidence. It starts there. Yeah, like death follows her. Kind of
like a Hillary thing.
Yeah, and so, just how supposedly Ellen drove past the accident and didn't even like help her. They were saying like she didn't even stop to help. Like, how do you not know that's not your girlfriend's car? Because it was like a very unique car. And I'm just like, man, I'm listening to this, and I was like, this woman is literally insane, because I was gonna draw a time like a comparison bubble. I put Ellen's name in the middle. You got the girlfriend from Louisiana that died. You have Anne Heche, and then you have Twitch. There was another guy on the show. I don't think he died, but he was like, something happened between them. You have her housekeepers who are terrified of her and said that she is a cannibal. Yeah. And then with the whole Twitch thing, that's something that needs to be investigated. And we know it never will be investigated.
Oh, never.
Never.
And you can't let that come out.
And there was something else too that they talked about the pizza parties, and they showed the clip. They played the clip where she's there. Was it the Academy Awards?
Yes.
Is that what it was? She literally is walking down the aisle and she's like, "Hey, Jeffrey," and it's Jeffrey Epstein, and then she starts talking about pizza, and it's like, what the fuck?
And she got Weinstein to pay the most.
Yeah, all of them. Brad Pitt, Kevin Spacey. And I'm like, all these people that have been accused.
Because the people she picked were picked specifically because of what they do.
They're all a part of it.
And even when the pizza delivery guy showed up and he's just like, It's like, I wonder whatever happened. I'd be willing to, let's look into what happened to the pizza guy. Did he survive?
Yeah.
But the fact they're right, that Epstein was there and Harvey Weinstein was the one who paid the most.
Yes.
And it's just symbolism of, here's Harvey, and he is the one funding and financing it all. Mm-hmm. And here's his little minions that Ellen's the ringleader, bringing them all together, bringing them to Harvey, bringing them to Epstein.
She really is disgusting, because when the Diddy trial was going on, she had Diddy on her show so many times.
Yes.
And then when she had those children that had disabilities, and when I say disabilities, like physical disability, one of them didn't even have an arm, and they're all jumping up and down and hugging Diddy, and I was like, that's disgusting. Yeah. Because those children probably had things happen to them. I pray to God that nothing happened, but you're exposing them to someone with demonic energy and all that stuff, to both sides, Ellen and Diddy.
I know.
And then Twitch, I'm pretty sure saw shit happen.
Oh, I bet you.
And then the other guy, I can't remember what the other guy, I think he saw stuff, and it just got really nasty. She got really nasty with him. She supposedly is nasty with everyone. And
she was selling facial products and cream and stuff like that. Remember seeing infomercials and stuff?
Yeah.
That's God knows where that came from.
Right?
What was in that?
Yeah.
Cream of kid?
I have no idea.
Because she was and for her it wasn't.
Didn't she do L'Oreal?
Yeah, well, she had her own brand eventually.
Oh,
I remember seeing the infomercial with her and her wife, and the wife's Portia just sitting there, and Ellen's being playful and happy, and we're gonna give this away, and we're gonna get you this cream and that cream, but yet the files and the allegations are. She was not just like serving carbon bags. She was like intestine eating and
Yeah, she was doing a lot of stuff.
and very ritualistic. Like I said, her and Hillary were like going toe to toe as far as who could do the most disgusting stuff.
You remember the frazzle drip?
The frazzle drip with the
her and
the
Jay-Z
hand, the
have
bloody
the sweater.
handprint.
Yeah.
The Wilson, if you will, from
Yeah.
Castaway, which is now I can't watch that movie because I understand now that was that's a blatant call out. Every time you see that bloody handprint on that volleyball, it is that symbol to the T. It's horrible. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like it is right there in your face. And Tom Hanks,
it's
of course
disgusting.
They're not. Well, that's always we've always talked about that. They have to show themselves.
Yeah.
But they just do it in a way where we won't believe it.
It's just upsetting because a lot of people know this information. They're just like, Yeah, and I'm like, this is disgusting.
All these things come out, and again, this is why I was so mad the whole time because all these things and all these people, and it's like, but where's Trump's name? And
oh my God! Yeah,
and
don't
it's
even.
like,
I get so angry
that's why I
about
got
that.
mad with it. It's like, okay, whether or not that's the case or he's there, can we pay attention to these other
everyone else
3
that you
million?
idolize?
Yeah, he was in like a 5,000, 10,000. Can we now pay attention to either 3.2 or 3 million?
That's eating intestines and doing all this stuff?
It's all bad.
Yeah.
But I do kind of draw the line at cannibalism and eating children.
Right.
You know?
And people are acting like that's fine.
It's bad that if you molest them or rape, but this is ritualistic sacrifice, torture for adrenochrome, and consumption of humans.
Right.
In ritualistic satanic ways that we are ruled by. The people that lead us are doing. And not a damn and then I watched a video just recently where they said pandemic was test 1, Epstein files were test 2.
Yeah.
We passed them both, they're ready to continue.
Yeah, they will.
We're ready for the next phase.
The blackouts are coming.
The blackouts.
They've already started. Some people have lost power for a day.
I've been losing more power at the house. They said SRP is working on stuff.
I'm literally worried because the summer's coming.
Yes.
And think about it. 2 years ago in the summer, in June and May, we did have where in the middle of the fucking day, the power was out. And I was like, it's the hottest time of day. At least for me, I think the middle.
That's why I think the brownouts that go through like California, they're tests.
Oh yeah.
And between that and then what you see when suddenly the weather manipulators are destroyed in certain parts of the Middle East. God. And now you realize here in
cloud theft.
Now here in Southern California and Arizona, it probably isn't as bad as these droughts and these low rains and temperatures. It wouldn't naturally be this way. Because you look at the Farmer's Almanac going back from like 2000 back to like 1900. I look at the thing, it's like average temperature for June like 12th is like 104. It's like, wait, it's always 110.
Yeah. Why
is it? Because for long before all this manipulation technology, it was 104 on this day. We did have 8 or 9 inches of monsoon and rain. But anyway, I got off track there. But yeah. So that's a little taste.
What a great choice of words.
I know.
That's
what skill level I am.
It is just something we had to talk about because more and more information is going to come out. But what do you do with this information? I always say that. Now, what are you going to do with this information?
We just present it, like things we've been digging in and seeing. A lot of the stuff we've just said, it's public knowledge.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, we present it in our podcast, but it already has been presented to society.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm going to bring it up again, like the conversation I had on my birthday dinner when someone asked me, do you like Bad Bunny? And I said, no. That's the shit I'm talking about. Now that you know this information of these quote-unquote celebrities, what do you do?
Yeah, what do you do
what are you going to do
when
to
the
fight
next
this?
When the next DiCaprio movie comes out?
What do you do? That guy.
What do you do when you've heard that he was very much on cannibal diets?
And not only that, he was a young man. Wasn't he like 18 and hooking up with that? Although it was a movie role, young man with an older woman.
Yeah.
And now we have Timothy Chalamet Ding Dong, like the lady said, who is young, hooking up with Gwyneth Paltrow.
I know.
And in a
Pete
movie,
Davidson, who kept getting with all these older women.
Yeah, and it's just like, do you see the pattern? Do you see what's going on? Do you see these younger women, actresses that are getting beat up, that are getting like with older men? Like, this is the stuff that they want to normalize. And it's working because it is happening.
And they show it because, again, the biggest show that I can think of it, where looking at all this, was the Santa Clarita Diet.
Oh my God! You're so right, and I loved that show.
One of the best critically acclaimed shows, and what were they all doing?
They were cannibals.
They were cannibals.
They were killing people.
And they got it to where we all loved it and laughed at it, and it was great. Was it Drew Barrymore?
Yeah.
It was a great time.
And look at Drew.
I didn't watch it because I was like, why do I want to watch this? But people were like, it's so great. And I was like, okay.
When it first came, but see, I don't think. See, that's my thing. I can watch. There are things that I don't watch, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch that. It's too.
Like Great Inferno.
No, well, I've never watched that, so I never will.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I never will.
Eli Roth, it's disgusting.
Yeah, I won't. I've had my share of watching movies that I was like, I should have never watched this ever. But if I do watch something, because I was a fan of Drew Barrymore ever since she did Wedding Singer, First Kiss, Never Been Kissed, and Ever After.
50 First Dates. And,
Ever After. Those were the three core movies. Then came the Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
But and Charlie's Angel, and I was like, she's badass.
Mm-hmm.
But then you started when she dated Tom Green, and now Tom Green. Have you?
Yeah.
Remember Tom Green was like off island.
I know.
And he was just like, they're out to talking about the government. They're out to get you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, these people are all coming out of the woodwork. But anyways, Drew Barrymore is a nut. And she was another one. As a child, she was 10 years old at adult parties, smoking, drinking, drugs.
All the E.T. fame.
Yeah. And I was just like,
Isn't that a Spielberg movie?
Oh, yeah, Spielberg.
Spielberg,
he's on the yacht with Obama right now.
Yeah, and you know.
And everyone loves him.
What he was known for.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway.
I
just thought of that show. I thought
about
that show, how this ties in.
I just think it's funny because it was a great show because I do enjoy a zombie movie. And that's kind of, to me, was like a zombie movie. I never saw it as like, it's cannibalistic. But now that you say it, I'm like, holy shit.
To get us used to it.
Same with iZombie. iZombie was a great show. I never finished watching it. But I did enjoy it. But again, you're right. It's cannibalistic. And I hate to say it, but unfortunately, this is normalized. It is already normalized. It's coming. It's already happening. Like, this whole map shit. All this stuff is happening. But you have the choice of fighting against it by not supporting these peoples and these shows, or talking about it. Just simply talking, like how we are, like, presenting information and going, now what are you going to do? Mm-hmm. I refuse to listen to... I know this is going to sound horrible. R. Kelly was in my time growing up.
Me too.
I loved his music.
Me too.
But then you listen to some of the lyrics, the lyrics, and you're like, what the fuck? And I cannot come to terms with, I'm just going to listen to it, but I understand this is just music.
Nope.
No, I refuse to listen to it. Just like I refuse to listen to any Jay-Z, Beyonce. I never liked Beyonce. I really never liked Jay-Z either. But anytime it comes on when I'm listening to, like, my Pop 2000, Pop 2K, I skip a lot. Usher, I refuse to listen to. And that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, now that you know this information about people, these celebrities, what are you going to do with it? Do you continue to support this demonic, satanic shit, the abuse of children, like Katy Perry? No one should be watching movies, downloading her music. Same with Taylor Swift. Nobody should be downloading her music. Beyonce, nothing like that. And people are still wrapped up in it.
Yeah. Because
that's part of it, is the energy draining.
Well, it's the celebrityism. It's like I said, it's just because we idolize.
Yeah.
And those are the boycotts that should be, like, you boycotted a bunch of Teslas last year.
And what good did it do? Did they stop making Teslas?
No, and they didn't stop looking into government overreach.
Yeah.
But
did it work?
But no. So you boycotted products because a guy is looking to break down fraud, but you won't boycott abuse, harassment, sexual assault, and cannibalism. Never,
because everyone likes it.
Because it's got a good beat to it,
yes.
and there's always a justification.
And yeah, just like when this conversation was brought up at work about Euphoria, we have discussed Euphoria. Mm-hmm. When I first saw it, because it's the first 2 seasons. The first season, I was like, "Wow, this is intense. This is intense," and someone mentioned it at work, and I said, they're like, did you watch the third? I was like, no. I was like, Euphoria? That's really an intense show. And they're like, yeah, but it's good. And I'm like, yeah, but, you know, like, there's a lot. There's a lot going on in that show. And I don't think I will ever watch season 3. But that's the thing is, that's how they get you. They hook you in with that stuff.
Normalize it all.
Oh, yeah.
And people will always justify it because it's just entertainment.
Yeah, and that's my biggest thing is I'll watch certain movies like and be like, this is just a movie, but at the same time I know they're telling us things. And then I have to decide what I'm going to do. But people don't look at it like that. That's what bothers me. And they're still huge fans of these people like Ellen. Which a lot of people are coming around. They're like, no, same with Oprah. No, girl, sit down.
No more.
You did this, so
no more.
Bravo. But make sure you go outside, get some sun, and touch grass. Okay, bye!